Everybody, this is Joe being videos on Jimmy Master Animatronics, and what I'm going to be doing in this video is demonstrating some of the way random people interact with props, whether it's trying to activate them or just whatever, because I've seen a lot of different ways people interact with animatronics, with working at Spirit Halloween every year, and just, yeah. So, let me guys know what you think in the comments below. It should be funny, but this actually does happen. Oh my god, there's one other one I gotta tell you guys about. Okay, you know, Spirit Halloween 2014 when they had the broken spine girl. Okay, there was two little girls that were, you know, watching it, and then when it went back and it started screaming, they're like, why is it screaming? And the other girl was like, I think zombies are eating her. Broken spine girl. She's bending all the way back. Zombies are eating her. You don't get it. It's painful to bend back like that, you know. Of course, there's me, the noisemaker. Bah! Hey! And then there's the people that have to actually touch it. It's not working. And you know that there's times where, like, you know, they use the step pads for the animatronics. There was times in like 2012 and 2013 where there was just tape on the floor, and they would step on the tape thinking it was a step pad for a prop. You know, clearly not seeing any cords coming, but they step on it thinking it's for a prop. Like, there was like some pipes that used to be in there, something that was cut off, so, you know, nobody would get hurt or anything, and they put tape over it. But people thought it was a step pad, so they stepped on it. It was like, what? Box. The sign on the thing says push down on the TNT box. What do people do? Go over to it, pull it out, so it pulls out of the display, the wires pull out of the box, and it's like, ugh! My boss is just sitting there like, push it down, you dumbass. I mean, to himself. I mean, we were just watching from the door. We were just standing near the entrance because it wasn't a very busy day. We were just kind of watching people go in and out and stuff, and we were just watching people, and that's what they did. They were pulling up on the TNT box instead of pushing down like the sign says. With like, and you guys remember the high voltage box that, you know, Death Row had in Spirit Halloween 2012 and 13? There was a sign that said flip the switch, but people wouldn't read it. So they would sit there pressing on the box, not flipping the switch. I'd have to walk over and flip the switch for them, and they'd be like, oh. And then, the part they were pressing, you know, so many people pressed that part of it that it poked through the box eventually, and it has so many finger marks on it. So like all the details and drawing on that part was like rubbed off from all the people trying to poking at it. Same with the first aid kit. There's a big red button right at the top. What are people pushing? The center of the first aid box. There was one year, 2007, at Walmart where they had the spirit balls in the store. That was the year where they were in the window boxes or whatever, and it said on the box, take your home, clap your hands to activate. There was a lady in the store clapping, trying to make it go. I'm like, it says, you know, you have to plug it in. You have to take it home and plug it. It's not gonna work. I mean, it's not gonna go. It's not plugged in. They're in the box. And there's the people that wave at something that's not even motion activated, where there's no sensor even exposed. They're just like, oh, it's not working. And it's like, people are weird. and then when we do have the step pads there, you know, people walk up, you know, people don't just lightly step on them, they stomp on them. And, you know, it works, but it eventually breaks them. The fuck? And then there's people that come into the store and they see the step pads and they have carts and they roll over the step pad with the cart thinking that's going to work. That's actually what breaks the step pads, because when you're rolling over the step pad, you're actually rolling over the wires, and that's ripping the wires off from the inside. So that has happened multiple times. Of course, there's people that don't read the voltages on the item and the adapter that they're plugging into the item. For instance, a 6-volt most Halloween props use a 6-volt adapter. Some use 9 volts. And then somehow the person grabs a 24-volt adapter and plugs it in, and then the whole thing is dead. And they're like, oh, it's not working. And then we learned from that one video of Spirit Halloween in like 2008, where that, you know, they had all those floating ghosts and stuff, and that lady there was just clapping, trying to make everything go. Walking around clapping in the whole store. This is one of the most annoying parts. You know how like when a spear prop, it has to fully finish moving means it has to fully finish resetting. Because yeah, at the Spirit Halloween stores, when people are stepping on the pads, they assume when the prop is already activated, they continue to step on the pad. It's not going to do anything else. That's all it does. What you see it doing is all it does. If you step on it more times, it's not going to do anything different. But there will be people like a jumping spider. It's still retracting, and they'll step on the step pad. They'll keep stepping on it. It's like you have to wait for the eyes to stop lighting up. You have to wait for it to stop moving. You have to wait for the sound that it's making to stop before you can make it go again. No, people just keep stepping on it, thinking that it's going to activate instantly again. And then when it already jumps, they still step on it, thinking it's going to jump more. It doesn't work like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's instances where even like people, where the button is totally exposed and people are still pressing around. Where's the button? Oh yeah, and then there's some animatronics, where if you hit the button, it activates the item, but if you accidentally hit it a second time, it actually stops the item from working, So pretend this is a Spirit Halloween Try Me button. People will press it twice like that, and it'll turn off, and they'll be like, huh? And they'll like sometimes walk away. It's like, you press it once. Oh, and there's one that people never understand. There's ones where where they're on demo mode and you have to hold the button down for them to do something. People always let go and it doesn't work. So they're like, it's not working right. It's like people just don't get it. And then of course there's items like Rosemary where people step on the pad, or like animatronics that take a while to do the full activation. People walk away long before they do the full activate. Like Rosemary is like, she nibbles on her brain first. Most people walk away before she even starts turning in her head or lights up her eyes. But then there's people who go up to the hazmat zombie and keep watching it, in case something else happens. Like that's all he does. It's like, is that guy supposed to move? It's like, no, he's a static. But then when there's props like Rosemary, they step on it and then just walk away before it's done. Even like the floating ghost girl in the hotel at Spirit Halloween in 2016. People saw it rise up, but a lot of times they walked away before it, did the pop up. It's like, oh, you gotta wait a little longer. Just watch the full animation. I mean, I know people don't expect much, but I don't know. Even the lunging pumpkin carver girl from 2016, she doesn't have any other animation than her lunging, so people step on the pad and then it starts talking, but they're looking at the other props. They continue to hit the pad. It's already activated, but they're looking around, and then sometimes they walk away before it jumps because they think it's broken or it's something's not working, and then it jumps, and I don't know. It's just weird. And then there's the drunk people that come into Spirit Halloween. Okay. Last year we had the roaming vacuum and the roaming doll, and these guys were drunk and they were in here at the store for like an hour and a half, and I didn't follow them around or see a lot of what they did. Of course, they're laughing the whole time because they're drunk. And one of the guys grabbed the vacuum and was running it into the Rosie doll. It's just like you laugh working at Spirit Halloween because this is all you see all day. Is people ask really weird questions sometimes, or just watching how they interact with the animatronics is just, oh my god. And then of course there was the people that broke the broken spine girl. She was going back up and they pulled on her hair, and then I heard the and I was like, that was after I fixed it. It was working so well. Like it broke the first time because the relay switch wasn't working in it. It was bent too far down, and then I replaced the gear from the other spine girl and fixed it. You know, and then they just had to pull on the hair and it broke, and I was like, no, there's nothing I can do to fix it now. And then there's the people like this. There's a motion sensor, but sometimes I think people think that might be like a adapter jack, so people are trying to put an adapter in there. Or there's times that the Deadeye Drake at Menards. There's like the toggle switch. You switch it from microphone to a sensor. They always had it on like the wrong setting, either like microphone or something. It's like, which setting is it? Oh, there it's on, and it doesn't work. It's like, why can't you have it right? And then I went into Party City one day, and they had the life-size Jason Voorhees. This is 2009, and they wouldn't plug it in for me. I asked if they could plug it in. It's like, oh no, we saw how he swung his swords. We don't want it to hit anybody. They could get hurt. It's like, and then I was looking behind it to see if I could try to plug it in, and they just took the adapter away altogether. It's like, I know what it does. I'm experienced with this damn thing. It's not gonna kill me. Oh my god. Oh yeah, and this is one that I just don't understand why people do it. Is grabbing an animatronic when it's still in like, I don't care if people touch an animatronic, but it's how they do it. Like the haunted shovel that I put out on display last year, it goes back and forth. There's these people that just feel like they just have to pull on it. It's like they broke the entire mechanism on the inside. It was probably going this way, and they pulled it, and it just, yeah, that was it. It was, it only goes like this far. No, this thing broke. This thing was like this. And then there's that, this that ghostwriting book, or that haunted sheen, or that Ouija board that we're at the hotel, and that there, there's magnet, and they go around the thing. People seem to not understand that it's a magnet, and they always have to take it off and be like, how does this work? And then they can't get it back on, so they just lay it down and walk away. And then every 5 minutes, I had to walk there and reattach. I had to, circle around it to try to find where the magnet was. I finally got it. Good. Walk away for a few minutes, come back, it's off again because somebody just had to pull it off. It's like, it's a magnet. It's, I don't know. I just don't know. This is another one that I don't understand. Every animatronic that has a moving mouth, every person has to put the finger inside the moving mouth. It's like, why? I don't get it. I mean, especially the ones that have the upper jaw movement and their mouths break anyways. It's like, that makes them break faster. It's like, but just why do you put your fingers in their mouth? Like, I don't get it. Every person does it. It's weird. Like I said, animatronics with hair, people always have to mess with the hair, move it around and shit, and pull on it. It's like, why? There's always people that have to touch and pet, stuff, and it's like, it just, I don't know. So just to wrap up, there's people that do this. There's the noisemakers. Happy Halloween! And then there's people like that. There's people waving. And then there's people trying to step on pads that aren't even there. That's a summary. That wraps up what this video was about.